Hello and welcome to the Morning 5. I'm Byrd, Wilt, Content and Community Advisor for CCPL. I'm filling in for your regular host Michael Ware while he has a busy couple of weeks of travel. He'll be back in May. Today is Monday, April 27th, 2026. I'll start with a reading from the 34th Psalm. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul makes its boast in the Lord. Let the humble hear and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he answered me and delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant, and their faces shall never be ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. O fear the Lord, you his saints, for those who fear him have no lack. May God bless the reading of his word. Let's get right into today's news. First up, a California man fired shots after sprinting past security at the White House Correspondents' dinner this weekend. He was apprehended and arrested by the Secret Service, found with knives, a shotgun, and a handgun. He is charged with using a firearm during a crime of violence and with assault of a federal officer, and he will be arraigned today in federal district court. The gunman did not reach the president or administration officials, though attacking them seems to have been his goal, according to a manifesto reported by CBS News. We're praying for everyone who was at the dinner and for the continued safety of the president and public officials. Next up, President Trump said yesterday that he has decided not to send envoys to Pakistan for continued peace talks with Iran. The administration had previously planned to send diplomats as well as Vice President J.D. Vance there to continue negotiations for an end to the war. The president said, quote, "If they want, we can talk, but we're not sending people to travel 18 hours to meet." His comments come amid an uneasy ceasefire in Iran. "We have all the cards," the president continued. "If they want to talk, they can come to us or they can call us." Last up for today's quick updates. We told you last week about the president's pick to chair the Federal Reserve Board of Governors. This weekend, a key Republican holdout, Senator Thom Tillis of North Carolina, said that he will support Kevin Warsh's nomination for the role now that the Justice Department has told him its investigation into current chair Jerome Powell is complete. Tillis feared the probe was politically motivated and that it endangered the Fed's independence. Senator Tillis said on Sunday that the Justice Department has, quote, "made it very clear that the current investigation is completely and fully ended." A vote is expected on Wednesday in the Banking Committee to advance Warsh to consideration before the full Senate. With that, let's get into today's main story. The Supreme Court will hear arguments today in the latest case gauging Fourth Amendment privacy protections in the digital era. The case centers around a relatively new law enforcement tool called geofence warrants. These warrants empower investigators to obtain cell phone location data, which can identify people who were near a place at a certain time. The Wall Street Journal notes that federal investigators used these warrants to identify hundreds of people who were near the Capitol on January 6, 2021, for example, but police have obtained them for plenty of other crimes around the country, and the highest court will now hear a case today specifically about a bank robbery that happened in Virginia. Opponents of geofencing argue that it violates reasonable expectations of privacy. Some have said that they've been inaccurately identified as suspects in crimes because, for example, they rode a bike past a location where a crime occurred that day. The case today is brought by a man named Okello Chatri, who has been sentenced to prison for 12 years for robbing a credit union outside of Richmond, Virginia. He argues the warrant behind his arrest was unconstitutional. I'll read from the Wall Street Journal's report on this case. Geofence warrants instruct technology companies to turn over data about any of their users who passed through a given geographic radius during a particular window of time. The area encompassed by the geofence can be larger than several football fields. Minute-by-minute location tracking is based on GPS data, pings to nearby cell phone towers, Bluetooth beacons, and Wi-Fi connections. The data can be remarkably effective at identifying new suspects in cold cases. But it can also reveal information about the movements of innocent people, including their visits to sensitive places like churches, doctors' offices, or political organizations. Defenders of geofence warrants say the challengers overstate the privacy implications. They point out that users consent to share their location data with technology service providers, and they argue that people have no right to privacy when visiting public places. Quote, an individual has no reasonable expectation of privacy in movements that anyone could see, that he has opted to allow a third party to analyze for its own purposes, and that are sufficiently short-term that they reveal little, if anything, about the patterns of his life, the Trump administration's Solicitor General, John Sauer, wrote in a legal brief. Moreover, Sauer wrote, eliminating geofence warrants would handicap the investigation of major crimes. Tech companies, meanwhile, wanting the government not to ask for this sensitive data about their customers, describe this data as intensely personal, as it tracks the fine details of day-to-day movements. Let's stop there for today and go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Father, always near us, may your name be treasured and loved. May your rule be completed in us. May your will be done here on earth in just the way it is done in heaven. Give us today the things we need today, and forgive us our sins and impositions on you, as we are forgiving all who in any way offend us. Please don't put us through trials, but deliver us from everything bad, because you are the one in charge, and you have all the power, and all the glory too is all yours forever, which is just the way we want it. Thank you for joining me today for the Morning 5. As always, this podcast is brought to you in partnership with the That Sounds Fun Network and supported by the Center for Christianity and Public Life. If you'd like to learn more about our work at CCPL, you can visit ccpubliclife.org. We hope you have a magnificent Monday.